Good evening. Thank you very, very much for coming to the second demo day of Wagon Tokyo. My name is Silva. I'm going to be your co-host with Paul over there. And together we drove Le Wagon from France to Vietnam. Before we start, I just want to ask a very quick question. Who in the room never heard about Le Wagon? Who doesn't know about Le Wagon? So Le Wagon is a 9-week intensive coding bootcamp. It was created in France back in 2013 by 3 French guys. It grew little by little, and it's now over 20 cities in the world. We have a Le Wagon in Shanghai, we have Le Wagon in Rio, we have Le Wagon in Paris. We have Le Wagon pretty much everywhere. We are opening new location in Bali, in Budapest. What do our students learn at Le Wagon? During those 9 weeks, they learn everything from front end to back end to database. So we teach the very, very basic of code. We teach Ruby. We teach front end with HTML, CSS. We teach, sorry guys, we teach front end, we teach back end, we teach database. We teach all of the hard skills that enable our students to deliver a fully functional web product. Now, you might wonder why, with Paul, did we decide to bring Le Wagon to Tokyo? 1 year ago, when we started thinking about the idea to bring Le Wagon to Tokyo, we started talking to a lot of people around us. And a lot of those people, creative people, designers, they were telling us, I have that idea, I want to create that product, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I don't have the skills to deliver that product. So by talking to those people, we started understanding that there was a hole in the space of Tokyo, and that's why we brought Le Wagon to Tokyo. By running Le Wagon over the past 6 months, we also realized something else. We started seeing a lot of IT companies coming to us. We didn't even have to ask to come to us. They came naturally, and they started saying, I need a developer, I need someone to come and work with me. And we started realizing something that was that we read in the news, something that people were saying, that there was a lack of developer and developing skills in Tokyo. But having those people coming to us and asking for developers was the validation of the idea. And actually, at the very end of our first batch, back in April, a lot of our students started looking for a job, and they managed to find a job really quickly. They got a lot of interviews and they got a lot of offers. So those are the 2 reasons why we decided to bring Le Wagon to Tokyo. Give technical skills to creative people and fill a hole in the developer market in Tokyo. I already mentioned that we learn a lot of technical skills. We learn Ruby, we learn HTML, CSS. We learn all those technical skills, but I believe that Le Wagon is more than just technical skills. We have a few former students in the room, we have our current students in the room. And I believe that they will tell you that Le Wagon is more than just technical skills. It's also a human experience, and it's also about soft skills, about being able to work as a developer. We teach them how to use GitHub, we teach them how to use Slack, we teach them how to interact in a team, how to work together in an agile way. And the combination of those technical skills and the soft skills is what is going to enable them to have a new way of thinking and to potentially find new opportunities in their life. And eventually it's going to help them to change their life. At least that's what we hope. Tonight, you are going to see 3 products developed by our 11 students. what's really amazing about those products is that our students, have been working on those products for only 10 days. They've gone through concept, then design, then prototyping, and then coding, all this in 10 days. I don't know, how many developers do we have in the room? Just raise your hand. I guess you guys can understand how impressive it is to do and to go through all this in only 10 days. I have a IT company in Vietnam, and to do only the design part, it takes already 5 days. So doing all this in 10 days is actually really impressive. We have a few former students from the very, very first batch in the room. I can tell them, and they might be sad to hear about that, but the product that we're going to show today are even maybe more impressive than the one that we saw from the very first batch. Thank you. Those are the products, but beyond that, what we want to say and to share with you, it's probably difficult to imagine, but those 2 months, those 9 weeks have been a really, really great journey. This is only the second batch. We'll probably have more batch in the future months and years, and I'm gonna say that a lot, but I think every batch is a different and awesome, really awesome experience. Being together all the time during those 2 months is really a bonding experience. The last thing I want to say before we start and before we jump to the demo is I really, really want to thank all of our sponsors, partners, all of the people who worked with us and who made this adventure happen. And the very, very first person and organization that I want to thank is Impact Hub Tokyo. How many of you know or heard about Impact Hub Tokyo, this place? How many of you came here before? I think a lot of you, right? Impact Hub Tokyo is a co-working space, but before being a co-working space, it's a community. It's a community of people working together towards social entrepreneurship. So Impact Hub Tokyo helps social entrepreneurs achieve their goal. And if you are looking for a co-working space, this is really, really a cool place to work and to hang out, also to hang out. I also want to thank all of the people who came for talks, who gave talks, who joined our events. It's been really, really great to have all those events. So during the batch, we had events with Shopify. Maybe some of you came for Shopify. We had Ikai, who was founded by a French entrepreneur in Fukuoka. We had great news about Ikai just a couple of days ago. He managed to raise money. So we have all these entrepreneurs coming and giving talks as well. And we are really happy to give that to you, to bring that to you. I think that's pretty much it for my talk. I think we're going to get to the main part of the evening and the demo. I want to call Chikara on stage. Please come and please give him a round of applause.
Okay, so about, I don't know how many months ago, but when I first met with Paul and Sylvain, I remember asking him, what the hell is Ruby? And it's my goal today, hopefully, you guys won't say, look at our product and say, oh, no wonder. But anyways, the experience has been great. The program is great. And let me just introduce our team. My name is Chikara Okada. We have at the controls, we have Ko. He was our CIO, and without him, I don't think our program or our app would be running. But anyways, we also have So, and he's our UI guy, and he was really instrumental in developing our concept. And we have PK, who's always missing, but there he is. And he was our all-around guy. I don't know how we would have finished our app without him. And so, okay, so that's our introduction. Let's just jump into it. So background. Back in 1995, my family and I were badly affected by the Kobe earthquake. 2004, I was vacationing in the Maldives, and the Indonesian earthquake and tsunami happened. My family thought I was dead. And in 2011, my family was in Tokyo, and I'm sure as many of you were. So I've seen a lot of disasters, and I am pained by the fact that we've lived in the last 20 years, we've gone through a dramatic technology revolution, and nothing has changed in the technology dealing with disaster relief. And the same problems persist disaster after disaster. And I hate to tell you, but the big one is going to come. And it's just a matter of time and place. So we've developed this app. Project Bullseye. You have to give me my. Oh, I got it. Sorry, I got it. Okay, so Project Bullseye, it is a communication app designed to allow people to get help and to provide help anywhere in the world. And enough talking, let's take it for a spin. Okay, so here we are. I am a user. I need help. There's been a disaster, and I need blankets, and there's nobody around me that can help. No neighbors, no friends. So I'm going to try this out, and I'm going to log in. Log in. Okay. The beauty of this app is that anyone can sign up. Whether you're an individual, you're a corporation, you are an aid organization, even the government. And you can log in through Facebook. And here we are, my profile. It's got the location automatically. We're at the Impact Hub. And in the map, I can see where I am and where my nearest evacuation centers are. I can click on it, get information on it. I can click on it and jump there, but I'm not going to. I can, but I won't. And I can see my requests. I can also see offers of help, but we have none right now. But I need blankets, so I'm going to request one, or request them. So get help. Okay, so we see my address. We got items. I'm going to say blankets. Done. Okay. And 5 blankets. And I can add more, but I won't right now. And submit. And now I have the details of my request, the location, and I can leave a message so that people can get a little more granularity. I need them for my family. Okay, and post it. And now I can wait for somebody to respond. And while I'm doing that, I have some time and the will. So I want to provide help. I want to help somebody in my area. Okay, so we go to provide help. Okay, so this is our main provide help page. And we can see a lot of data here, but it's so much data, it's not useful to me. And so I want to narrow this down so I can take action. And I can say 2 kilometers from Impact Hub. And now I have a subset of the data, and it's within 2 kilometers of Impact Hub. And I see a lot of data, but I want to provide help by volunteering. So drivers, heavy work, general, and now I have markers that are relevant to me. And I'm a big guy, I want to provide help in the heavy work category. So I also see highlights, and so let's check out the highlighted heavy work marker. Okay, so this person is requesting a lot of help, 15, and I think I can help this person. So I'm going to say take action. Okay, this person needs help clearing rubble, and she needs a lot of help. So I am going to say, I am going to take my entire rugby team. Okay, so message is sent. I can just wait for this person to respond. And I think the cool part is that this person was not known to me. He's not my neighbor, not my friend, but I was able to connect. And I was able to get relevant information very quickly, and something that I can help in. And so now, let's change gears. And I am part of an aid organization. And I want to provide help in central Tokyo. We're back at the main map page. I want to say, I want data for 4 kilometers of Tokyo Tower. And we have a set of data, but it's a lot of information. It's not all relevant to me. I want to filter it. I am an aid organization that provides supplies to central Tokyo. And so I want to check off food, water, clothing, and tents, and blankets. I forgot that one. And I'm a big organization, so I can help a lot of people, but I need aggregated data and not just individual points. So I want a summary of this. So let's say summarize. Now I have the aggregated data, summaries of all the things that I can provide. And And now I can go to my warehouse and I can gather them. And if I don't have them, if I'm short, I can get more. And now I can mobilize and help all these people. And I think this highlights a shortcoming in the current modes of communication. And if you take TV, for instance, it's very sensational, and it'll report things that may be interesting, but it's not relevant to a lot of people. And you cannot watch TV and send a lot of supplies to the relevant people. And if you take telephone, if you take email, if you take SMS, those modes of communication do not aggregate data. And that's the problem with disaster relief right now. And if you take SNS, the problem is that it also doesn't aggregate data, but it can compound the problem by people sharing posts. And there was an instance in Kumamoto where a lady made the mistake of requesting on her Twitter and requesting towels and putting her address on her Twitter post. And she got 1,000 towels, 1,000 boxes of towels. And that, I mean, it's nice that she received the towels, but it took away from so many other people who could have gotten towels. And Yamato, who delivered it, or whoever delivered it, they could have been doing something else. So something like this is very relevant, and you can actually aggregate data and mobilize your resources. So that's pretty much my app, or our app. And so our so anyways, it's our hope that this saves lives and makes life easier for as many people as possible. Thank you very much.
Before we move to the Q&A part, I have an insider story for you guys. 2 days ago, I was going through Twitter and I actually noticed that Google announced a service that is not exactly this, but that is similar to this with disaster relief as well, or providing help and locating people who have issues. And I think this is a really, really relevant issue. We have a bit of time. We have 5-10 minutes for quick Q&A, so I don't know if anyone has questions in the back. Can you talk loud?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, awesome.
So first of all, it's very amazing for me, right, to see how much work you get done just within 10 days. I would like to share you one thing very meaningful to me. I came up with exactly the same idea like this. I made it in mobile application, and it won the Google prize in the hackathon before. And I was so happy to see how Google and Amazon copied the same idea. And I think in your app, a lot of very amazing idea has been put in. But I think you, at the same time, think about the potential issues that you have to solve eventually when you launch the app. So if you're really serious about launching this application in the future, I would like to change the idea. Because I would like to make it my own startup, to be very serious about disaster prevention, but I failed to do that. I have a lot of reasons to share you, and hopefully we can actually find a lot of things in common. And I myself would like to commit for this kind of solution as a volunteer in future, so let's definitely.
Yeah, I'm not interested at all. No. Yeah, of course. Let's. I'll be around. So let's talk about it. And I'm, I guess great minds think alike. So it's, I'm happy to hear that. Thank you.
Do we have more questions? Isaki?
I'm really impressed how you actually really strongly connected with this app, because you also talked about UI. And my question is, for instance, can I post money? Just not the server, and then
Who needs money? My God. No, yeah, of course. I think down the road we can implement maybe a Stripe type of API on this, and of course there are going to be potential issues with it, but of course money talks, and yeah, we'd consider that.
Please go ahead.
Great job.
Thank you.
Rather than a question, it's more like a suggestion. So Sylvain just said, like Google, gentleman behind, said Amazon has launched a similar app for disasters. Can we make it an everyday app? You can create Batman, Superman, Marvels, kind of superheroes can save the city. That'd be fun.
Yeah, one of the things I sort of grappled with and thought a lot about is, when does this app become live, right? I mean, we could post it, and we could start it, and there could be no disasters and somebody posting it, but I think the possibility might be that it could be used in other instances, like maybe it's not for disasters, but it's for everyday help.
Right.
And but Amazon, Google, we're not afraid of them.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. Anybody else?
One question.
Yeah.
So you have actually did some development in this?
Excuse me?
You actually did some development in this app? Or, I mean, you guys in the team, I was kind of interested in the roles that you have shared within this app.
I really did nothing, but well, as I said, we had different roles. I wanted to make sure that, I guess there are all kinds of issues that I had no idea about before starting this, and one important thing that I learned is that you got to have one person responsible for just making the thing run.
Right.
And you cannot have multiple people just pushing on GitHub or whatever, and nobody making the decision to merge and all that. And actually, I didn't do all that, so I'm just talking out of school. But Ko-san did that and did much of the back end along with PK. And So-san, as I mentioned at the beginning, was the UI guy, concept guy, and he did a lot of the visual work. I did a little bit of work on the map myself. Yeah.
Great, thank you very much. Maybe we can give them a round of applause. So when Curator came to us, I guess it was like 4 months ago, he was one of the very first students who registered, and he said, I had that one idea, that disaster relief, and I'm really happy and excited that he made it happen.
Okay.
We have our second pitch. Almost ready. Ready.
Okay.
Okay. This is our second pitch of the night. With Jeff here and his team.
No mic.
No mic?
Yeah, I need 2 hands. Everyone can hear me, right? Okay, my name is Jefferson, and before I start, I'm going to introduce my team. My team is actually sitting right here together. It's Khalid, Mo, and Miyako. We worked really hard on this project. Everyone put in their input. We sort of collaborated different ideas because our product can actually go really far. We can add more features as we go. But we had to narrow it down and figure out what features we need to start with, and then we can improve on later. And so I really want to thank my team. We worked we wrote like 80,000 lines of code, something like that, and we did a lot of things to really make this work. So my appreciations to my team. I also want to send my appreciations to all the instructors, Paul, Sylvain, and all the TAs and teachers that came here. The experience here was great. Like, we learned a lot, and we were able to just really implement what we learned to this project. So I hope you guys enjoy what we have here. Before I start, how many people here likes traveling? Okay. How many people here likes to find those like hidden gems, hole in the wall, places that are like so unique, right? How many people likes to brag about that they found this hidden gems to their friends? Right? Everyone loves this. And so our project today is a social media traveling companionship program where, you know, we have programs like TripAdvisor that gives you like the top 10 places to be in Tokyo. But, you know, this is my third time here in Tokyo, and I'm done looking at, you know, Tokyo Tower and like all the normal things that tourist goes. And I really want to see those like things that, what makes Japan special? What makes like this area special? Like, where do the locals go? Because, you know, locals don't go to Tokyo Tower every day. They go to these like cafes that are like small and so like unique. They come to places like Impact Hub. Like, would I ever know about the coffee shop outside right here? Like, it's supposed to have great coffee. I don't drink coffee, by the way, but I hear like everyone who drinks coffee, they say it's the best coffee they drink. But I would not know that as a traveling person because it's small, it's hidden. And so what we wanted to do is make a app called Missing Out, where we can go and basically post these places and be able to just really find these things. And we made this so that it's more social. Like, we don't want to be like Yelp, or where it's like, oh, like ranking systems, or like, you know, or like the top 10 places. But we really want to put this back to the people who travel, the friends that you go with, people who actually travel, and they can actually make these recommendations. So we're going to start with the program. So I'm going to sign in because sign-ins have features to it. And we can go look for things near us. So let's go search what's near us right now. And then as you can see, as I zoom into the map, the little blue one is us. And then there's things around us. And so what we do is we can just, you know, browse through all the different things that is near us. But I'm going to narrow the search down. I am going to say, okay, let's do Meguro, and I want to do entertainment. And then, well, let's be nice, 20 kilometers. Okay? And then, so it narrows my search. And as you can see, like, I can also see how many people reviewed it, how many people recommended it, because I'm really done with the stars, because people who have stars, they have different rating systems. They give 5 stars for something that I might not care about. And then they'll give 4 stars because, I don't know, that waiter or waitress gave them no water really fast. So we decided to go with more of a recommendation. Be like, we recommend going this place. And then we also have how many friends reviewed. Because we want to go to places where our friends go to. Because me, personally, my friends know me the best. So if my friends like the place, most likely I'll like it too. So for instance, I'm going to go check out Meguro Rock Make Can. Because I like music and it looks like it's a concert. And I can see that there's pictures. And I can see it's like a rock thing. It looks very interesting because I like music, I like live things, and it seems like it's one of those local band kind of places. And so I can read the information, I can find directions. I'm not going to do it because it'll take us to Google Maps. And then I can read the reviews, load more if I need to, see who recommended it, read what they wrote. And then if I want, I can also add a review. Said it was awesome, recommend it. I can also put it into my favorites so that if I need to, like, if I'm just saving this area, like, I want to go back to it. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard where we have different things. And if you look carefully, like, I can go and I can add a place. Like, because as I said, this is a user social media. We want people to post their places because we want to go see these hidden gems. And then I can go to favorites. And then I can see the list of my favorites. So right now we have 3 categories of activities, food, and entertainment. I can click on it and then it will take me to the place and then all the information. I can go back and go to, okay, so another problem that I have being a foreigner here is that sometimes you go to these hole in the walls or hidden gems and they're not used to foreigners. They do not speak the language. You know, I go to restaurants and you don't really understand the menu. Like you see this whole menu and it's just like, I don't know what it is. Or you go to this place and it has all this information, but you don't know where it is. So we also implemented like a travel guide, like find a guide who can help you. So we can go and find a guide, and we can also break it down by different searches, by locations, by languages and stuff like that. And then we can also communicate to them. So I'm just going to click on the first one. And then so it gives the information of who they are, because sometimes you want to travel with people who, or have someone who's similar in age, because you don't want to, like, I'm 32 years old. I'm not going to try to find a travel guy who's 20 years old because they're going to be like, this club is awesome. It has all like 18-year-olds. It's not relevant to me. So it helps, right? And then also it tells you the languages you know. So maybe like I know a little bit English and I can speak a little Russian. So then this is a person for me, and I can also contact them. Another great feature that we have is we have a following and following thing. Following and followers. Whew. And then with following and followers, like we can go look at who we're following and see the different places that they've posted or their favorites. So for instance, Juana Hancock, right? She's my friend and I want to see what she favored. And as you can see, if you look carefully, you see hearts that are red and the hearts that are not clear. So basically the ones that are red is basically places that I wanted to check out. So I can be like, I could go text my friend and be like, hey, you wanted to go this place too? Hey, let's go together. Or, and then I can also see like what else that she has. So I was like, oh, she has this other place called Yuan An. Let me go check this out. So it helps me to be able to find more things as I travel. And that's what we really want. Like we don't want anybody to miss out anymore on while they're traveling. Thank you.
Do we have any questions? How do you create the profiles of the locations? I mean, who has to put the pictures and the description?
So as
a user, or you get it from other?
Oh, so right now we have users. So like if you're a user, then you can put the places that you've been to. Eventually, there'll probably be like little cafe owners who will make their own profiles and put up their store and stuff. But more than populating the location stuff, we really want it so that people will be able to see the places and see how many people reviewed it and really bring that social part. Because once it's populated with all these places, the filtering will be by like your friends' interests, the likes, the recommended kind of things, and then that's the way it will do it. And of course, we'll have a report button where it's like if people try to put fake places and they report it, or that business is no longer there, that we will remove it from the database.
How about the guide? Like, how does one get done?
So let me go back. Oh, he turned myself up. So right now I am a guide, but if you go into your profile, there's actually a button. It disappears when you become a guide. It says become a guide, and there's information that we require you to put in. Your age, your location, the languages you speak, what else do we do? Contact information, because we want to make sure that it's a legit person, not like some kind of robot. And then you can also, as you are a guide, you can turn yourself off. Like meaning like, oh, I don't want to be a guide anymore, so I can just turn myself off. And so that's how we do the whole guide system.
And what about friends? Are those your friends from Facebook, or can you pick up friends through the platform?
Oh, you can pick up friends through the platform, so you can see through reviews. So we chose more of a following followers kind of thing, because maybe you want to follow a traveler, like a professional travel blog person, who travels around and goes to like all these places that you're so interested in. So you might just want to follow him so you can see his favorites, the places that he's gone to, the places he reviews to, and all that stuff.
How do you make the picture cut around like this? The profile picture. Yeah. And I think you used a component to edit.
So
how many plugin or component like that that you use in your system, and how many and how long does it take you to learn about to learn and use that component?
So we have so many different components to it. Like one of them is like Facebook, like being able to log in through Facebook, a regular sign-in things, and some of them are like gems that we learned through this program, so it was quicker. But like there's other things, for instance, like the map of finding the geolocation, being able to filter it down. It took one of our team members a lot of time to just be able to narrow it down so that it works well. And of course, we ran into some like API things, because when we're testing it, Google only allows you a certain amount of API tests, but we were able to test it locally and also on the site to make sure that everything was functioning.
Thank you very much. We have a last group for tonight. I'm going to call Tommy on stage. Tommy's actually flying to Hong Kong tomorrow morning at 8.
Yeah, so I'm not going to waste for the drinks tonight. Okay.
You need a microphone.
Yeah, it will be good.
Awesome.
Okay. Okay. So before a little bit different. Before introducing my lovely teammates, let me give me just 15 seconds. So how many of you how many of you have been college? How many of you love college? Yeah. Okay. How many of you love reading textbook from college? Okay, yeah. Me too. So basically, the things that I encountered the things in the college was I read the textbook, I got a lot of readings, I got something that I don't understand, I Google it, I open 10 tabs, but then after 10 minutes, I close almost everything. I close all these tabs. So basically, our teams try to build the solutions to solve the problem. So this is the curator. So the guy who's sitting here is Code. He's like backbone backend guy. Build the backbones of the applications. And another guy, Owen, the cool guy sitting here, he does all the lovely front ends, and this should be a lot of challenge doing all the highlights and stuff on the front ends that you will see. He did that, and then I'm more on the product guy, and I do the testing and do the product developments together with the team. So okay, so let's start. Okay, actually I walk you through. I'm a university teacher. University professor, and I actually did taught in university. Okay, so the thing is, I logged into this Curator platform, and I already logged it in. You can see my profile photo over there. Okay, go to the profile that I can browse the course. So why am I doing this is browse through the course. These are I can see that for this semester, I am having I will be teaching this course. You can see that I'm more on economics and computer science. Okay, so, and then I can go to, go to the course of Econ 102 macroeconomics. So what am I doing is, you can see that there are a lot of curators there. Now I can, from this view, I can see who are my TAs, but then, for this semester, I do not have my TAs in the course. So, but then I go into this course, and then from here, I can add my students, because I get some new students for this semester. I get them on. How do I get them? So basically, I type their email, type the email address of the students, and then after I type this email address for the students, okay, as a student, you would feel scared. I feel scared when I was in college that I received email in the midnight from my professor. Okay, the students actually now, for me as a student, I received this email. Okay, now should I accept the invitation? Of course, yes, because it's the course requirement, right? Okay, click on the accept invitation and fill in the info. So fill in the info, basic first name, last name stuff. Of course, I can do the uploads of my photos. Okay, after logging in, now we can see how I will be using this stuff. Okay, so after I log in, since this professor sending an email to me, right, saying that, hey, you have to do this, okay, I go to the course, and then get it. Oh, this is the assigned reading. This macroeconomic box is going to be the assigned readings for this semester. I get into the book. And once I get into the book, I'm on the platform of the Curator. So basically, as I said, usually when I feel a lot of like problems, and nowadays why a lot of students are not getting so much from the textbook or assigned readings, is basically because of two reasons. One, I want to raise one more question. How many of you study economics, like university level economics? Not many, right? So, which means that if you're reading these stuff, you feel this is hard. One reason that students are not getting this stuff because this is difficult. Second reason is because when they got stuck on the spot, there's no help. As I said, even the Google search result is not super relevant to whatever we see on the spot. Okay, but then now on my spots, I'm going through that, well, maybe in the middle of the part, there's a definition of outputs. So of course I know what definition means. Of course I know what output means, okay? But then there are quite a lot of outputs that I've learned from economics. Real outputs or nominal outputs. Okay, so I highlight it. Because this is a contextual problem. Contextual problem, usually you don't find answer from Google. And then I try to find answer here. I highlight the problem, I highlight it and raise a question. Does the article means real outputs or nominal outputs? So I put my inquiry, my problem, my questions right on the spot. Okay, and since every one of us are reading the same assigned reading, this is because our professors need us to read this before the semester end, right, or before the exam. So basically, well, my friend Owen actually just answered that. Hey, he told me that this is about real output. So because without this answer, I may get stuck with my reading and I'm not continuing my reading. And with this help, okay, I can do that. And I can, after that, I will browse through the readings. And well, I'm actually also interested in engaging into the gray area are the conversations from other people, from other students. Or click on the top right-hand corner, the unemployment. So for the unemployment, well, some students actually ask the questions, what kind of unemployment, how many kinds of unemployment we have in the course or in economics? Well, and David is the best guy in the class. He told everything. Hey, there are 4 kinds of unemployment stuff, and then giving all these answers. Why this is on yellow? This is on yellow colors because our professor has marked that is correct. That saves a lot of time. I don't have to browse through all the forums and stuff and look for the right answer. This is the right answer, authorized, verified by the professor. Okay, but then Jeff, my classmate, also add on some nice details on the questions. Well, it's quite useful as well. But then, okay, I can, what about, say this is useful. Okay, so of course, so it will be for the post with the most votes would go on top. It saves the hustle for us to search for the most popular answer as well. Okay, but then now on the same spot on this unemployment, since David and and Jeff solved my problems. But then actually I have different kind of problems on the same word. So it's more empirical problem. It talks about unemployment, right? So I actually, what about add a new conversations? I want to ask something new right on the spot. So I want to ask, what was the average rate of unemployment in the last decade? Because we might need that when we study through the course. Okay, start a new conversation as well. So basically, I can raise more and more different topics on the same works because every one of us are actually sharing our problem-solving experience and our inquiries, and we are all connected. Okay, and this is how, oh, and my best friend Owen is also answering me that the average rate is 5%. Good to go, very helpful. Give him a vote. Okay, so that is it. So this is our platform of Curator. We connect teachers, students, a lot of apps do that, but then most importantly, we connect the user problem-solving experience and inquiry right on the page and on the spot that we use, and then we see on the, with our eyes. So this is the app. Thank you.
I lost my microphone. Do you have questions?
Okay. So I would like to ask what kind of format that your book is in? Is it
Sorry?
PDF or something?
So for this is test is basically any kind of books with the test or with it could be with PDF, it could be with Word, yeah.
Could it be images? Images? Could it be images such as scan book?
Yeah, it could be, but then for now, for this 10 days project, we do it for easy, yeah. Yeah, but then I believe with our front end guy it takes 2 more hours. Yeah.
Try 2 more weeks.
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea, and I'm a university student now, so I can imagine it being really useful. But one issue I see is how do you get around the problem of distributing a copyright text to everybody? For example, if I'm a student, I don't have to buy the book now.
Okay, so the good thing is, so basically for the product side is a B2B business. We negotiate with the publishers. Basically, we add value to the publishers. Their books is really that. After they print it, it's really just the books. But with our things, now we make it live again. Yeah, or another application could be, what about we are all reading the Wall Street Journal piece of news right now. The Japanese view, American news view, European news are all different. So, and they are talking about the housing market. So it would be great to connect all these opinions and comment together on the same page. Because we are all reading the same piece of news every day.
But how do you stop people from just scanning the book and uploading it on here, and then no one has to buy the book in the class?
So they buy from us. They buy from our business partner, the publishers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, to more appropriately answer, you can't upload a book. So you can't actually. No.
Yeah.
So the book's provided by theoretically us and the publishers, so that you, as a professor, you can say, all right, I have the access code for this book, for this course.
So they
I can now distribute that to the students.
Code out to the students who buy
Yes.
the book. Okay. Makes sense.
So yeah, great product. I was just wondering, looking at your example, and in a typical class, let's say you have 40, 50 pupils, you always have different kinds of people, right? Guys who just help you all the time, and other guys kind of abusing the system, just highlighting every single word, and other guys just RTFM, and at the same time you also have guys who are actually in need of answers and they're just too shy because it's I'm just exposing my knowledge here, to everyone. And then when you mentioned oh yeah, this is my buddy Eric or whatever, he's answering my question right away, cool. I was wondering if you guys thought about those problems, how do you approach those problems, and I can imagine many ways to kind of address this, social thing, only for your friend or whatever, but
Yeah, thank you for your question. So basically, we have certain ways to tackle the problem. First, that's why we have the teachers and admin role, because this is an invitation from your professor. Do you want to throw around with the professor? You know that he is going to mark something correct or not. So first solution. And then for the second one, it's basically, since we would not, we try not to, because if somebody basically highlighting a lot of things and stuff, and that's the problem that the teacher will solve that problem, but then it help, my answer to that is, why do we want to build this is because when we are facing something difficult, say this is Wall Street Journal, this is economics, or this is some documentation from some like Ruby code or CSS stuff, it's so difficult. But then it's so easy as a learner that we engage into a situation that we felt, hey, I'm so dumb. Am I the only one being so dumb? But the most probably is we are not the only one being dumb. Most probably for most of the questions, somebody else in New York, somebody else in Hong Kong, in Singapore, engaged the same, experienced the same thing and solved. So it would be cool to meet with the right person. So if that's useful, I try not to throw around. Thank you.
To piggyback off that question, I'm also a university professor, and a lot of my students are struggling with English. So this is very interesting for me because we're reading academic works. But yeah, I have the same issue. I'm trying to train them how to annotate, which this is perfect for. But I have students highlighting whole paragraphs, or the same people highlighting like the same thing over and over, which is good that it would show that it's already been highlighted. But is there anything to keep people from like highlighting whole paragraphs or anything like that?
Any? Yes, of course we can. Yeah, but then. Yeah.
Currently, there's nothing to. Thank you. Currently, there isn't really anything implemented to say stop someone from being able to highlight too much. We do have a feature in case it's accidental. Of course, you can edit your own highlights. You can remove it or change it or something, just in case you make a mistake. Again, part of this, as it is currently, is a bit like the honor system, and it is, you're in front of your peers, you're in front of your professor, or TAs, something like that. We hope people at least take that seriously, and if not, hopefully even they can be held accountable from their peers or something like that.
Yeah, and a little add-on to that would be it will be feasible and pretty easy for us to limit the numbers of words they highlight. So if you are highlighting 100 characters, there's probably some problem. And for the students who maybe different students highlighting on the same spot, right? It was just like unemployment stuff here, the example here. It would be cool because I can have every one of you highlighting the unemployment part because every one of our problem could be somehow different, but then we can connect it with different conversations here. You can choose the right conversations to get into, annotate, give your comments.
It might also be useful for teachers to be able to highlight something. I often have to like make a Word document and then add line numbers and be like, the time they use the word the on line 5 of page 7, it would be great to just have it highlighted and be like, what does this refer to? And then you could have a conversation on the side too, which would be
yeah.
Have you thought to like, I mean, underlying is very good if you have somebody who got the right answer and who is able to share his knowledge with people, but have you thought about like connecting, maybe it's not a good example, but with Wikipedia, so if the system can recognize this is a complicated word or a complicated explanation, you can link it with another site, another blog, where there is already a good explanation.
Yeah. Basically, this is one of the possibility that our whole team thought about it right before, and then we, for a 10 days project, we decided to put it more focused on the test and not bringing people outside first. But then, of course, when they could leave a link, and then we could connecting to the other resources from Wikipedia. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to the three teams. I'm just going to get this because we're actually recording the session. And I need the sound.
Yeah, thank you to the three teams. I think that's not my first demo day, but I'm always super impressed to see what beginners, full beginners for most of them, can do after 9 weeks of hard work and 10 days of really hard dedication to a project. So really well done, guys. That was an amazing job. But I have to be honest as well with the audience. You got a little bit of help, and that's thanks to the wonderful teaching team that we had. I would like to say a massive thank you to all the teachers, the teaching assistant. Some of them are in the room. So big thank you to Dimitri, to Luis, to Martin, to Mateus, to Rob, to Nicolas, to Aina, who is somewhere as well here, to Doug, right here, to Hide in the back, Alex and Gaku. Thank you. It's always the very stressful moment because you don't want to forget anybody. But I think yeah, should be good now. And yeah, just would like to say a few words for the benefit of you people in the audience, for the benefit of your company. Some of our students, they come to Le Wagon and they study for 9 weeks with the target to launch their own company, to work on their own ID. That's the case of Hide in the back. He's currently working on his own startup right now. And some of the students come as well to change their careers and to find jobs. And actually some of the students from this promotion, some of the people who are going to graduate tonight, will be looking for positions, for good opportunities in Tokyo or in Japan. So if you or your company are looking for developers, for product managers, for people with good technical skills, please get a chance to talk with them. People attending Le Wagon, they tend to come from a lot of different backgrounds, usually with a pretty strong experience in a specific field, specific market. So when you add another layer of technical skill on the top of that, it creates very interesting profiles. So please do get a chance to talk with some of them afterwards, and you might find a new collaborator. Very shortly, talking about recruitment, our team is getting bigger, our batches are getting bigger as well, and we are looking for new teachers to join the team as well. So if you know people, good developers with experience in Rails, Ruby, or even front-end, and eager to share about their knowledge with other people, we'd be very interested in getting in touch. So please feel free to ping us as well. And that said, I would like to invite all the students on this stage. We have a little something for you, so please. So that's actually difficult to realize after only 9 weeks spent together that tonight is the last day, and that they are becoming alumni of Le Wagon. So I know that you're all going to move to different fields and new opportunities, but we would like to give you a small something so that you don't forget us too quickly. And while we are giving the t-shirts to everybody, I would like to say a final thank you to our main partners. Sylvain mentioned Impact Hub. Again, I don't know where is Misaki, but again, thank you very much. That's really always a pleasure to be here and to contribute to the community here at Impact Hub, so thank you. And a couple of main companies we had the chance to work with, to collaborate with as well during this batch. We have DMM, we have Mark and all his team at Tachi Studio, Computer Futures, Justa for the recruitment, and all the guest speakers. So thank you to them as well. Oh, you look nice. And now I'm going to start talking, I promise. So please enjoy the party. Please enjoy the food that's going to come very soon, I guess. All the good beers coming directly from Belgium, just for you guys tonight. And please enjoy the evening, and thank you for coming tonight.